This hour by Frederick Remington, fully cooked, ready-to-eat bacon. Exclusive, no refrigeration, 10-year extended shelf life bacon. The thickest, meatiest, center-cut bacon in the industry at fullycookedbacon.com.
The stocks discussed on Wall Street Raw are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering on acting on information, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice.
What kingdom has sent you?
The kingdom of the Most High.
Nothing you have ever experienced can prepare you for the unbridled carnage you're about to witness. Super Bowl, the World Series, they don't know what pressure is. In this building, it's either kill or be killed. You make no friends in the pits and you take no prisoners. 1 minute, you're up $500,000 in soybeans, and the next, boom, your kids don't go to college and they've repossessed your Bentley. Are you with me?
Genesis Communication Network is proud to bring you Wall Street Raw with nationally recognized market timer and previous Wall Street Week elf, Mark Leibovit, welcoming you on board his financial time machine. And here is the elf himself, Mark Leibovit.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's Saturday, July 8th. Welcome to Wall Street Raw. Welcome to what I call my financial, spiritual, musical, and political time machine, where we cover all the bases here. We're going to have an encore performance of Kate Smith on Section 4 today because some stations didn't pick up the program last week, and we don't want them to miss that. We also have Jeff Friedland on the show today, my good friend Sinclair. Mark SKOUSEN, very special guest coming up with the upcoming Freedom Fest, which is going to be in Vegas on July 19th. I'm going to be attending that. We're going to talk about that event. Very exciting. Harry Boxer will be with us. Henry Weingarten is going to be with us. So we got normally a jam-packed show. I also want to thank my sponsor, Swiss America. If you want more information on their book, Secret War of Cash, and don't bank on it, I want you to call their 800 number, which is 289-2646, at 800-289-2646. And don't forget that you heard about this on Wall Street Raw. Very interesting week this week. We had some great trades. Those who follow vrtrader.com, one of our big ones, which everybody's been talking about, was Tesla. Big break in the stock this past week. We have been talking about that as a possible short, as well as one of our guests, Henry Weingarten. And looks like it might bounce here a little bit, but it still has the potential to go lower. But we're out of it on a nice trade there. The stock only dropped about 50, 60 points really fast. We also had a good week with crude oil. We also played that for a little bit of a short, and not to say crude oil can't go lower, it still might, but that was another one of our interesting trades this week. Bitcoin has been sort of stable this week, hasn't really gone anywhere. We're waiting for another trade there. One of the big stories I thought was the Dow Transports into new highs this week, which was interesting, even though we didn't see the other indexes do that. So maybe the bears, myself included on a certain level, might be frustrated here a little bit for that summer pullback when you see the Dow Transports into new highs, but we're going to wait and see how all that unfolds. Meanwhile, let's go jump to our first guest before we run out of time, and we'll talk to Jeff Friedland. Welcome back, a good friend and former guest on Wall Street Raw, Jeffrey Friedland, who's the managing director of Friedland Capital. He's a member of the advisory board of OWC Pharmaceutical Research, which we want to talk about this morning, and Intiva. He's a CEO of that company, and Intiva made an early-stage investment in OWCP during the summer of 2014. Good morning, Jeff. Thanks for joining us on this long 4th of July weekend.
I'm delighted to be here today.
Big announcement this week. OWC announces its market readiness of its cannabinoid-based topical cream for skin conditions, starting with psoriasis. That's a big story, looking for a product like that coming out of Israel, too.
Right. It's really fascinating. The news announcement that came out on Monday, and I'm an advisor to the company, as you indicated, indicates that a full patent application was filed with the U.S. Patent Office to replace the provisional patent on this psoriasis cream. And the psoriasis cream, there's a lot of people that have topical products out there, with CBD or other cannabinoids and terpenes. But what you have to understand about OWC psoriasis cream is the fact that it has undergone a lot of trials in Israel. And we all know that Israel is sort of probably about 95% of pharmaceutical cannabis research in the world, a role it'll probably continue for, as I've said in Tel Aviv, for at least 10 years.
So OWC is working on other products besides this, I assume, correct? This is one of many in the pipeline.
Right. The one I'm really fascinated with, which they've also, publicly announced a couple of years ago, and then it was sort of start and stop, and is, doing some preclinical work for multiple myeloma. And you can find this online at Edgar at the FCC or with news releases of theirs, but nothing right now conventionally kills multiple myeloma cancer cells. And the preliminary results that they did with mice, and 60% of the mice, I may be slightly off on this, but 60% of the mice, 100% of the multiple myeloma cells were killed. So obviously that's, far away from human trials, but just the fact that those kind of results, were obtained is a big deal. But I think what people have to understand about what OWC is that it's a pharmaceutical development company. And they have to also understand that it's about Israel, it's about sciences, and it's about the cannabis space in Israel. And I think that's key. And OWC and its management team over there are incredibly plugged into what's happening in Israel, which is leading edge on pharma development worldwide.
Jeff has had background in this industry going well before his involvement with Intiva and OWC Pharmaceutical. He was an owner of cannabis stores in Colorado, and he was also involved in a cultivation facility. He's also been a keynote speaker at the recent San Jose IMN institutional cannabis event, and he's really an expert in the field, and we really enjoy having him on the program. Just so much going on here going forward, Jeff. We only have about 60 seconds looking forward into the cannabis space, legalization, non-legalization, but the medical marijuana is really what it's all about.
Yeah, just a couple quick points. Obviously, my book, Marijuana, the World's Most Misunderstood Plant, is available at Amazon and print and Kindle. I do a lot of speaking, and I've got a lot of videos out there, too, at my personal website, which is jeffreyfriedland.com, jeffreyfriedland.com. But I love the space. I love the canna entrepreneurs in this space, or cannapreneurs. I love the action on this, and I'm delighted to be involved in this industry in the United States, Canada, and Israel, because it's an incredible emerging market.
And I'm terribly excited, too, because it's a great opportunity for investors, and the medical marijuana space helps a lot of people. Jeff, it's really a pleasure having you. We're going to have you back real soon. Have a great 4th of July weekend. We've been talking to Jeffrey Friedland from Intiva, who's the CEO of Intiva, and also he's on the advisory board of OWC Pharmaceutical Research, ticker symbol OWCP. Thank you, Jeff, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks.
Thank you again, Jeff. We recorded that over the 4th of July weekend, and we just want to make sure that everybody heard about what's happening with Intiva and OWC. Interesting. These are the OWC is one of the stocks on our Cannabis Vice newsletter portfolio among many, and I do encourage you to check that out at vrtrader.com. It's one of our exciting, I would say, new products. It's been out a couple, 3 years. In fact, it's probably one of the earliest letters in the cannabis quote-unquote Vice space. And I call it Vice because we've got other big names in there, too, like the Philip Morrises of the world and the Constellation Brands, and all these big alcohol, tobacco companies are going to be getting involved in cannabis, so you want to make sure you know about those. Don't touch your dial. We're going to be back after the break with our good friend Sinclair No.
You're listening to Wall Street Raw with Mark Leibovit. Go to wallstreetrawradio.com for information on Mark's newsletters and products. Stay tuned. Mark will be right back.
Ellen painting her garage?
Yesterday she was trimming her hedges.
What's her secret?
I heard she was eating this new super berry called the aronia berry.
Aronia? What?
Aronia berries from superberries.com. They're known for having one of the highest levels of antioxidants that helps with overall wellness.
Where can we get them?
Go to superberries.com/radio. And right now we get a free smoothie recipe book with our order. Plus we can save $4 at checkout.
I can't wait. I've got lots of projects I need to get done.
Yes, you do.
Choose health. Eat purple. Superberries.com.
Hi there, I'm Bob Eubanks. You know, as part of Hollywood for a long time, I've seen my fair share of celebrities get in trouble with the IRS. Well, there's one name I trust. The Tax Defense Group. They're the most trusted name in tax. So if you owe more than $10,000 to the IRS, you really need to call my friends at the Tax Defense Group. Ignoring the IRS is not the solution. They can garnish your paycheck, levy your bank accounts, seize your home or business. But the Tax Defense Group could put a stop to all of that and tailor a program that would reduce your tax debt to pennies on the dollar. You gotta love that. So don't just take my word for it. Call them. Find out for yourself. They offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee. And they're open 24 hours a day because they know that tax debt doesn't sleep either.
Call now for your free and confidential tax analysis from the most trusted name in tax. Call 800-361-6907. 800-361-6907.
Fully cooked, ready-to-eat bacon. I'm talking thick, meaty, center-cut presidential bacon. Savory and delicious. I buy some, I use some, I store some. Awesome. No refrigeration needed with a 10-year shelf life. NASA pack technology. Bacon. Fully cooked, fully hydrated, ready to eat right from the packed bacon. Or warm and served. Life-saving, ready-to-eat bacon. 10-year shelf life bacon. Ships free at fullycookedbacon.com. fullycookedbacon.com.
The answer to being in control of your own healthcare is freedom from insurance. Become part of a group of self-pay patients that come together to share in each other's medical expenses. Individual share amounts begin at $107 a month and $347 for families. Choose from 3 health-sharing programs. Holistic treatments may be eligible for sharing. See guidelines. Discount programs available for dental, vision, and pharmacy. Go to libertyoncall.org. That's libertyoncall.org.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-765-9681 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-765-9681. Again, that's 800-765-9681.
Hunters, anglers, campers, and survivalists. Get back to nature. Expand your horizons with the highest quality, most versatile, unique slingshots and sling bows on the market at slingbow.com. Slingbow products are compact and models start from just $17.98. They're perfect for your bug-out bag or storing in your vehicle. Give yourself and your loved ones the excitement and tradition of Slingbow, a new frontier in archery and truly modern twist on this primitive survival tool. Feel the thrill only at slingbow.com.
Think positive. Never show any sign of weakness. Always go for the throat. Buy low, sell high. Fear, that's the other guy's problem.
Welcome back to the Wall Street Raw Radio Show with Mark Leibovit, your time machine for the financial markets. Want to know more? Go to wallstreetrawradio.com. Now, here's the elf himself, Mark Leibovit.
Welcome back, my good friend, special and regular guest, Sinclair No from KFN 1510 and author of the incomparable blog, EatTheBankers.com. Thank you, Sinclair, again for joining us on this Saturday morning.
Always a pleasure, Mark. Thank you.
On Friday, we got the jobs report and had some good news there. And as I just told you off air, I got a personal tweet from President Trump saying that we have a record number of jobs in the country now, employment in the country right now. I believe there was 153 million employed, so good news from the president, too.
Yeah, personal tweet to you.
That's how I feel.
Well, we did finally get a good jobs report for June, 222,000 new jobs. This follows 3 really lousy months of jobs reports where we had disappointment after disappointment. In addition to the good, solid number for June, we had upward revisions to prior months. One thing that happened is the unemployment rate inched up from 4.3% to 4.4%. That's an indication that the job market, though, is strong. Even though it seems the unemployment rate is moving in the wrong direction, what it really means is that people think that they can get a job. They think that they will be paid enough to actually make it worth their while to try to get a job, so more people are back in the labor force, even if they haven't actually landed a job just yet. Overall, this is very good news, and really you have to look at the economy, I believe, and say, what is one of the most important things about the economy? Well, it's jobs. It's how people make a living.
Absolutely.
And right now, this is another good, solid report. We've been seeing it slowly but surely. The 12-month average has been slowly but surely slipping down over the past couple of years. But this is still a very strong report and bodes well for the future and bodes well for what the Fed is looking at possibly doing in the future as well. Of course, we got the Fed minutes earlier this week.
Right, I was going to ask you about that. So they're still on this track for cutting back on the bonds and the raising interest rates, both together, which seems to be confusing a lot of people.
That they, again, said that they support continued gradual rate increases. Of course, we know that they had a plan to start winding down their portfolio, their $4.5 trillion bond portfolio. We heard about that in their statement from the June meeting, June 13th and 14th. What we didn't hear was a timeline, and that's because the minutes revealed that they're not quite sure when they're going to do it yet. There is some discord about when to actually begin unwinding the bond portfolio, but the general consensus is that it's going to happen fairly soon.
Right, and as that happens, it drives interest rates higher, too. That's what they're worrying about. That'll drive interest rates up.
You got to think it will. You have one major, massive buyer out there who's going from buyer to seller, essentially. So, yeah, you would think that would push rates up, push prices down, rates higher.
Right, so, and in Germany this past week we saw bond yields climb, too. So I guess that worldwide expectation for higher rates might be sinking in.
Yeah, Germany saw its bond yields climb to the highest levels in about 18 months. Now, their 10-year Treasury, the Bund, is at 0.56%. Quite a difference between here and there. However, the problem actually started over in France. France held a debt auction, and they didn't find enough demand for their 30-year securities. So prices started to tumble. As prices tumbled, it spread across the Eurozone. German 10-year bonds hit an 18-month high. That then spread across the pond, and we saw Treasuries yields moving higher here in the U.S. as well. And hedge funds that built up bullish long Treasury wagers, they look like they're, if not rushing for the exits, at least making sure they know that the exits are nearby.
Well, speaking of Europe, we have the G20 meeting going on, and let's cover that in the next 60 seconds or so. A lot of stuff happening there. Trump meeting Putin, meeting Peña from Mexico, a lot of discussion, well, lack of discussion on climate change because of the U.S. position. So what's your reading?
China's Xi Jinping and German Chancellor Merkel pledged to work together. Japan, this is a big one. I don't think it's had much notice. Japan and the European Union agreed to a free trade pact to create the world's biggest open market economic area. I mean, that's a major trade announcement coming out. They're going to continue to work on climate protection. Trump spoke the other day in Poland, and I think one of the most important things he said didn't get much coverage either. He said, we are committed to securing your access to alternate sources of energy so Poland and its neighbors are never again held hostage to a single supplier of energy. Remember, Russia cut the natural gas imports back in 2009, I believe it was. Well, if you're looking for a play here, look to nat gas being exported to the European Union, specifically over to Poland and other areas like that. That's a big play right there. It may not fit into the climate change protocols of this meeting, but it's a pretty important move, I think.
Sinclair, we ran out of time. Our good friend Sinclair No from KFNN 1510 Phoenix will be back with us again next week. And if you want more information, go to his blog, eatthebankers.com. Thank you, Sinclair.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you again, Sinclair. And I have an urgent message for everyone and every listener with a bank account from our good friends at Swiss America. If you have a stock portfolio or 401k retirement account, we all know that nothing online in the online world is truly private and safe from being hacked, including national secrets held by the CIA, NSA, and top intelligence agencies. So what can we do to protect our hard-earned money and privacy from cyber theft? Well, Swiss America, a firm committed to public education and a good sponsor of this program, has published a new booklet with all the answers you need. It's entitled Don't Bank on It. It's thoroughly researched by a trusted contributor on Fox News as well as on my own radio show. So get your free copy of Don't Bank on It now by calling 800-289-2646. That's 800-289-2646 and discover how to reduce your risks from today's really unsafe online financial world. Call now for your free copy of Don't Bank on It. Again, that number is 800-289-2646, 800-289-2646, and tell them Mark Leibovit at Wall Street Raw told you to call. Well, we have our good friend Harry Boxer coming up with us in just a moment on segment 3, but even more significant is Mark SKOUSEN, who is new on our program and talking about the upcoming Freedom Fest in Vegas. So don't touch your dial.
Go to WallStreetRawRadio.com for more information on Mark's newsletters and products. Stay tuned. Mark will be right back.
My friend, for years, Swiss America and I have been warning about the unsafe world of modern banking, in which merely holding cash might be a crime. Today, if you decide to withdraw cash, be prepared to explain why or fill out forms. So why are honest citizens suddenly being treated like criminals? That's the subject of 2 complimentary Swiss America special reports, The Secret War on Cash and The 10 Consequences of a Cashless World. Why don't you call Swiss America now for these free reports? 800-289-2646. Again, 800-289-2646. Does a cashless world concern you? It ought to. New government capital controls are targeting citizen savings and retirement funds. Take it from Pat Boone. These reports will explain what you can do about it. Call 800-289-2646, 800-289-2646.
Heart disease is on the rise. Clogged arteries, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol levels may not be fully detected by you, but the symptoms are there. Loss of energy, blood sugar spikes and drops, poor circulation, and irregular heartbeat are just a few of these that can alert you that something is wrong. Hear how Heart and Body Extract is making a difference in thousands of people's lives across America.
My blood pressure has normalized. My diabetes has totally improved.
Everyone is telling me now how much healthier I look, and I'm
telling everyone how much healthier I feel. I recommend Heart and Body Extract to everyone.
Anybody over 40 in the North American continent should be using this product as a preventative to keep their cardiovascular system healthy.
Order your 2-month supply today by calling 866-295-5305. That's 866-295-5305. Or order online, hbextract.com. Heart and Body Extract, 866-295-5305 or hbextract.com.
Have you ever thought you'd like to flip houses but didn't know how or where to get the money? Are you ready to be your own boss so you can start living the good life? Hi, I'm Preston Ely. I used to be so broke. I had my electricity turned off 9 times, but I figured out a way to quit my job and find financial freedom in real estate. For a limited time, I want to send you a free copy of my smash hit selling book, How to Get Rich in Real Estate. It shows you how to copy exactly what I did so you can make money from the comfort of your own home without even doing any manual labor. I've already given away 5,000 books and they're going fast. To get one before they're gone, call 1-800-958-6936. Listen, if you're sick and tired of stressing about money, this book could change your life. It's short, fun to read, easy to understand, and awesome. To find out how to get your free book while supplies last, call 1-800-958-6936. Call 1-800-958-6936. 1-800-958-6936.
If food became scarce, would you be able to feed yourself and your family? Have you found some emergency food supplies can cost upwards of $300 for a month's supply? And worst of all, they're packed with chemicals and other unpronounceable ingredients. At NorthwestFork.com, our mission is to provide you with food that's not only healthy and natural, but also affordable. At NorthwestFork.com, for only $127, you can order meals that are naturally high in fiber, carbs, and protein, packaged in Mylar bags with oxygen absorbers for superior shelf life. For a limited time only, your order ships free. But that's not all. Enter promo code PREP10 to receive 10% off your entire order. Call 800-700-2184 today. NorthwestFork.com keeps prices low by buying directly from suppliers in the Pacific Northwest, then passing the savings to you. Go to NorthwestFork.com or call 800-700-2184 for the most cost-effective and healthy food storage solution. That's NorthwestFork.com at 800-700-2184.
Anything that is thy neighbor.
Welcome back to Wall Street Raw. Want to know more about Wall Street Raw and the Leibovit VR newsletters? Go to wallstreetrawradio.com.
Back with a very special guest to Wall Street Raw, Mark SKOUSEN. Mark is a financial economist, professor of economics at Chapman University in California, and most importantly, producer of the upcoming Freedom Fest in Vegas on July 19th. And, you know, Freedom Fest is the world's largest gathering of free minds, is really the password there. And it's, again, July 19th to 22nd at the Paris Resort. And Mark's kind enough to spend a couple minutes with us. Mark, thank you for joining us.
Hey, it's my pleasure. And by the way, it's Paris, Las Vegas, not France.
Okay. Did I indicate that it wasn't Vegas? I should have said Vegas. I apologize.
Yeah.
We're in Vegas.
You know, a lot of people probably want to go to Paris, but when they hear all the great speakers and panelists and debates, they may want to change their mind and come to Vegas on July 19th.
Well, I don't know how I skipped that. As I mentioned off here, it's one of my favorite spots, so we'll make sure people remember it's Vegas. So tell us a little bit in the couple minutes we have about the conference. It's really exciting. We've got some really great guests.
Yeah, it's our 10th anniversary, and it's very special. We expect a couple thousand people there. And we have Steve Forbes' 70th birthday party that we're celebrating. It's the 100th anniversary of Forbes magazine, so we're having a big talk about what that has
meant. And it's also the 100th anniversary of communism, the Bolshevik Revolution. So we're doing a debate or a discussion of capitalism versus communism, who's winning the 100-year war. And, of course, you think that capitalism is won, but when you see Venezuela, a country of 32 million people now under a Marxist strongman, you kind of wonder. Or you see Bernie Sanders getting so much support for free student loans and Medicare and so forth, you really wonder about that sort of thing. But we have sessions on philosophy, history, science, and technology. We have William Shatner as our keynote speaker of Star Trek fame, so we're calling him the captain of the free enterprise.
Oh, wow.
Is our topic. So we have Senator Mike Lee coming from Utah. We have 4 congressmen who are going to tell us what's going on in Capitol Hill. We're going to have a big debate about Trump. We have the Anthem Film Festival, which is a libertarian film festival that's gotten rave reviews, and even one of their films has won an Emmy. So there's lots of activities going on. And as a matter of fact, if people go to freedomfest.com and look under agenda, we just posted our entire program of 300-some speakers and panelists and debaters. We have the Fox News people coming, Greg Gutfeld. We're going to ask him some tough questions about what's going on Fox News and the sexual harassment that's going on and the fake news at CNN. And, I mean, it really is going to be a lot of fun. And all the freedom organizations show up: Cato, Reason, Heritage, Students for Liberty, Americans for Prosperity. I call it one-stop shopping for liberty at Freedom Fest. So it's a hot conference in Vegas in July. So I hope a lot of your people can come and join us.
Yeah, it's the libertarian event of the decade. That's how I'm billing it. Not incorrectly. When will you be speaking, Mark?
Well, I'm giving a couple of pre-conference events on Wednesday, July 19th at the Paris Resort. We're talking about Marxism, what every student and citizen should know about Marxism. I'm giving a talk on the inside story of Freedom Fest, our 10-year anniversary. I'm also doing a little appearance as Ben Franklin, and we have Jennifer Grossman appearing as Ayn Rand as a kind of a blast from the past of 2 characters. We have a mock trial, for example, with Kennedy from Fox Business as the judge. And this year we're putting the police on trial, which I think is very relevant to what's happening around the world. So we have people covering all aspects of what's going on in the freedom movement. And we do have a full investment conference with Jim Rogers coming and Keith Fitzgerald and Alex Green. There's just a whole list of speakers and experts on financial topics that I think your viewers would really get a lot out of Freedom Fest.
Well, we're really looking forward to it. And again, if you want to go, it's on July 19th to 22nd at the Paris Resort in Vegas, and you can save $100 off the registration fee, folks, if you go to freedomfest.com and enter the promo code RAW, R-A-W, for Wall Street Raw. And we hope to have Mark back hopefully again here next week. Thank you, Mark, and we look forward to seeing you at Freedom Fest.
Okay, see you then. Bye-bye.
Welcome back our regular and very special guest, Harry Boxer from thetechtrader.com. Thank you again, Harry, for joining us on this Saturday morning.
You're welcome.
All right, market, it looks like for sure the NASDAQ has topped out. We saw a big mini crash in Tesla, and looks like a little bounce, but looks like more trouble maybe ahead for the NASDAQ. How do you read it?
Well, the McClellan offset got to minus 73 doesn't sound like a lot, but that's the lowest reading in 2 months, so we may be oversold enough to get a snapback rally. I mean, you realize that the NASDAQ 100, which had gone up about 12%, had pulled back about 4%. So that's about a nice fib retracement. And as we speak today, we're moving back through the moving averages on the hourly charts on the NDX, NASDAQ 100. The S&P is right at resistance here.
This is important. We've had a very strong session. Advanced declines are solid by more than 2-to-1. Up-down volume is 3-to-1 on NASDAQ, but on New York it's only like 7-to-6. So it's kind of an interesting that we're seeing a lot of divergences. We have very strong recovery on the semiconductors today. Biotechs are picking it up now, and the NASDAQ generals are really strong today. Price line's up 32, Google up 11, Amazon 13, even Apple's up $1.50, and Facebook 2.5. So it's a nice day. So far, we'll see how they close them, though. That's important. We got plenty of time to do a lot of damage both ways.
Yeah, the lesson we've learned in the last months and year or so is these big, sharp 1 or 2 day breaks are buying opportunities. So everyone, including myself, is looking for a summer correction, and the opposite could happen, I suppose.
Yeah, well, too many people are bearish, I got to say. But I mean, I had people screaming at me yesterday. We're going lower. The market's crashing. I said, okay, whatever. Now, as far as I'm concerned, trade, we just see not what you think. If you think something and it doesn't happen, you get crushed. Too many people I know are short, too.
Okay, let's hit a couple interesting areas in the market. First, gold. They've really been taking that down in the last couple of days, but we should be due for some type of seasonal bottom in the summer. Any feel for that market?
Yeah, it doesn't look great, but I got a low-price stock in that group that is unheard of. And matter of fact, a company that is very well known called U.S. Gold, that was privately held, and they just merged with a publicly held company and changed their name to U.S. Gold. Symbol's USAU. It's trading at 273. It's really cheap. I think it's a double this year, maybe triple. If gold does anything at all between now and the end of the year, I think that could be a nice winner for some of your people.
Are they a domestic gold company?
Nevada.
Oh, that's great. Okay.
Not only that, the guy who's their head prospector, whatever you want to call it, is one of the most renowned guys in the country. He's had a record with Newmont and Barrick, and he's been around a long time. He knows his stuff, and he's the lead guy for this company. And they have new management. It's a terrific story. You should read up on it. U.S. Gold, USAU.
Okay. We just ran out of time. We covered the market quickly and USAU, Harry, so we'll have to talk to you next week. Thank you for joining us. I know you got to get back to your clients on the Internet. Harry Boxer from thetechtrader.com. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Don't touch your dial. We have Henry Weingarten joining us here right after the break, and then we're going to have an encore presentation of Kate Smith and something we were really looking forward to replaying here for you. So stay tuned.
You're listening to Wall Street Raw with Mark Leibovit. Go to wallstreetrawradio.com for information on Mark's newsletters and products. Stay tuned. Mark will be right back.
High-performance investors and traders use superior financial tools to achieve superior returns. You have that tool with Mark Leibovit, nationally renowned top market timer, legendary television Wall Street Week elf, and nightly business report market monitor, who shares with you his unique market tools and commentary at wallstreetraw.com. Here, Mark provides you with his latest ideas on how to help build and protect your wealth and help you avoid the next big market tsunami. Mark has a special free gift for listeners of his Wall Street Raw radio show. Go to wallstreetraw.com and sign up for his free monthly Cannabis Vice News Raw report. While there, go ahead and sign up for his free monthly Gold News Raw report. Both are totally free. No credit card information is required, and no one will call. Sign up today for your free Cannabis Vice News Raw report and Gold News Raw report at wallstreetraw.com.
If you're 85 or younger, would you like peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-557-0158. That's 800-557-0158. Again, 800-557-0158. 0158.
Imagine what it's like to be active your whole life and then find out you're going blind. I have age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. As a wife, mother, and grandmother, my sight is precious to me, so I was relieved to find that treatments for some forms of AMD are available, and research for additional treatments is underway. Call the Foundation Fighting Blindness today at 1-800-BLINDNESS for a free packet on reversing or managing AMD, or go to the website fightblindness.org, where I found so much helpful information. Call 1-800-BLINDNESS today.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, the inventor of MyPillow, and like all of you out there, I had problems sleeping. Pillows would go flat, I would flip-flop all night long, I would wake up with a sore neck, maybe a headache, or feel like I needed a nap even though I slept 8 hours. When I invented MyPillow, I wanted it to where you could move the patented fill to give you the exact support you need as an individual, regardless of sleep position. MyPillow will get you into that deep REM sleep faster, and you will stay there longer. It's not about how much time we spend in bed, it's about how much of that quality sleep we get. I do all of my own manufacturing right here in the United States. I have a 10-year warranty. You can wash and dry my pillow, and I give you a 60-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. And here's my best offer ever. You can buy one of my pillows and get one absolutely free.
Go to mypillow.com or call 800-870-0305 and use promo code GCN. That's mypillow.com or 800-870-0305 with promo code GCN.
Love or loathe him, Donald J. Trump is our 45th president. There is no denying now that Trump will go down in history, both despised and admired. Commemorate Trump's presidency with your very own Trump Silver Bust from TrumpSilverStatue.com. This museum-quality heirloom Trump Silver Statue bust is hand-cast from 20 troy ounces of silver, a great investment. From TrumpSilverStatue.com. Loathed or loved, own a valuable piece of Trump's legacy. Get your solid silver Trump bust today at TrumpSilverStatue.com.
Responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
There is no freedom without the law.
Get it? Got it? Good.
Welcome back to Wall Street Raw and the final segment with Mark Leibovit. Now, here's the elf himself.
Back, our good friend and regular and special guest, Henry Weingarten from the Astrologers Fund. If you want more information, by the way, you want to go to afund.com, and Henry's kind enough to join us again on this Saturday morning. Henry, thank you again.
Thank you. I'm rather happy at the moment. I'm on a tour of the Yukon, looking at various mining properties, and then going to see a nice conference in Dawson City, so sort of playing the rugged game. Gold, as you know, went down a little bit, but we think down here in the 1200 zone or above or below it is a definite buy, and whether you want to hold it as a hedge or whether you just want to hold it as a trade. So we're going to basically hold that for the summer. You know, one more interest rate is all we get between now and March, so down December, and that's, I think, built into the marketplace.
One more interest rate hike is all you're expecting?
For this year.
This year.
At most. And it may go through March, but that's it. So we're not going to have much more than that. So I think most people have a target of at least 1250. Although I have much bigger targets higher than that. So with gold down here, you've got to be able to make at least $30 on a trade. But it's also a hedge. If you look at, for example, the bonds, we were buying the 10-year under 220, and they went to 230, almost to 240, which is a good trade. Although eventually it's going to 275 to 3. So it depends on your time horizon. This is the summer. Things are going to be very wild and thin, especially as we get into August. Although August does have an issue for, things getting hit. And you remember that we went short on Tesla in the 370 area, and of course it's hitting the first targets of 300 very shortly, and we may take our profits, although it certainly could drop another 10-15% from there. So there's a lot of trades you can do, but we're still bullish for the end of the year. We think markets will be higher, the fundamentals will be better, but there'll be some rough patches.
Well, good timing on your part to leave New York and head up to Alaska during the summer, so you should get some good weather up there at the very least, some cool weather. Henry, thank you so much for joining us. Henry Weingarten is on the road here, and he's kind enough to just spend a few seconds with us. If you want more information, go to afund.com, and hopefully we'll have Henry back next week. Great call, Henry, by the way, on that Tesla. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Henry. And now we're going to have some fun, folks. A little bit of an encore presentation. Some stations didn't pick this up last week, but this sort of focuses on my focus for the show, which is really a financial, I even call it spiritual, musical, and political time machine. We're going to be listening to Kate Smith sing God Bless America, which was written by Irving Berlin back in 1918, but it was revised by him in 1938. Anyway, the piece we're going to hear is from the film This Is the Army, 1943. It's actually a movie clip. If you go to my website, vrtrader.com, you can actually watch it. You're going to hear the audio here. Kate's titanic delivery of Irving Berlin's song recreated his reintroduction and her reintroduction in 1938. And there's a patriotic montage there, which is really inspirational. So if you could check out that video. But what's really interesting is we get to watch Ronald Reagan there appear briefly in the film. So it really tells me that God has had his hand in his career. So here's a clip from This Is the Army and Kate Smith.
Hello, everybody. It is my happy privilege to introduce a new song, God Bless America. While the storm clouds gather far across the sea, let us swear allegiance to a land that's free. Let us all be grateful for a land so fair, as we raise our voices in a solemn prayer. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairie to the ocean wide with hope. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairie to the ocean. Bye, Daddy.
Bye, Dad. Don't be late.
No. White with hope. God bless America, my home sweet
Right, Pop? Right, son.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to
Kind of makes you think of Blake, doesn't it? Makes you think of a lot of things. We're going to be in this yet, Mom. Hi, Mom. Hello, darling.
New song?
Brand new, first time of the year. Brand new, my eye. You know, I threw that song out of Yip Yip Yap Hank 22 years ago. Sounds better now.
Fabulous, and you may have heard Ronald Reagan there for a few seconds in that last section of the clip from the film This Is the Army in 1943. So great inspiration for now, last weekend's 4th of July, and going forward forever in this country. Meanwhile, I want to thank all of our guests for joining us on our program today. Harry Boxer, Henry Weingarten, of course, Mark SKOUSEN. Don't forget about the Freedom Fest coming up, which really relates to God Bless America and our call for freedom, libertarian values, and conservative values. Thank you, Sinclair No and Jeff Friedland, for joining us on the show today as well. And don't forget about going to vrtrader.com for more information. And also don't forget about Swiss America, our great sponsor, if you want more information from them at 800-289-2646. And as we do each week, we close our show with our old friend Ed Hart used to say on the old Financial News Network, we will know in the fullness of time. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for listening to Wall Street Raw with nationally recognized market timer and previous Wall Street Week Elf, Mark Leibovit. If you missed any of today's show or to get in touch with Mark, please go to wallstreetrawradio.com. Any stocks or investment discussed on Wall Street Raw are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. We first recommend you seek out a licensed financial professional for advice. Go to wallstreetrawradio.com for more information on Mark's newsletters and products.
High-performance investors and traders use superior financial tools to achieve superior returns. You have that tool with Mark Leibovit, nationally renowned top market timer, legendary television Wall Street Week elf, and nightly business report market monitor, who shares with you his unique market tools and commentary at wallstreetraw.com. At wallstreetraw.com, Mark provides you with his latest ideas on how to help build and protect your wealth and help you avoid the next big market crash. Mark has a special free gift for listeners of his Wall Street Raw radio show. Go to wallstreetraw.com and sign up for his free monthly Cannabis Vice News Raw report. While there, go ahead and sign up for his free monthly Gold News Raw report. Both are totally free. No credit card information is required. Sign up today for your free Cannabis Vice News Raw and Gold News Raw reports at wallstreetraw.com. That's wallstreetraw.com.
We use cell phones against our heads every day. But now, a landmark U.S. government study confirms increased health risks from exposure to EMF radiation emitted from these devices. The time to protect yourself is now. The solution is Defender Shield. Proudly made in the USA, Defender Shield blocks virtually 100% of EMF radiation emitted from cell phones, tablets, and laptops. Buy now at DefenderShield.com. Use discount code DEFENDER for 10% off. DefenderShield.com, the worldwide leader in EMF radiation protection.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. I'm here to tell you about GCNtelecare.com, a team of board-certified doctors assisting you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Within 15 minutes of registration, care your family can afford. Revolutionizing the healthcare industry, virtual consulting providing diagnosis of non-emergency medical issues by phone or secure video on computer or smart mobile devices. GCNtelecare.com. Virtual care anywhere.